ACCUSTATS Video Productions presents from Reno, Nevada, the Sands Regency Open number 18. I'm Bill Incardona along with the rifleman, Buddy Hall. Buddy, this tournament started with 53 players. We are down to 12. 4 undefeated players are left in the tournament. 2 of the undefeated players will be playing in our feature match, Johnny Archer and George Michaels. George Michaels, as we all know, the president of Winning Garb, and he's also a dealer for the Cognoscenti Custom Cues, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's still in this position, because of the Cognoscenti Custom Cues.
Maybe. Another reason that he's in this position is he's playing really well.
He certainly is. But I'm going to tell you something, and you know as well as anyone, he's got to play well because he's playing the number 1 player in the world, Johnny Archer.
Yes, he is. But he played real well on Kim.
Well, he played Kim Davenport in his last match, and he defeated Kim Davenport 13 games to 10. This is a race to 13. And there's another man around here that's making a lot of noise, and he's also an undefeated player. He's playing a guy by the name of Captain Hook, Mike Siegel. And the guy I'm talking about is none other than Hurricane Tony. So the winner of the Hurricane Tony and Siegel match will play the winner of the Archer and Michaels match. And we're just about ready to kick it off. Johnny is at the table preparing to break the balls, and what a break he has.
He does try to get a little extension out of it, doesn't he?
There goes the corner ball straight into the lower right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah.
Now, when Tony played on this table in the last round, the corner ball was going, but not really with any regularity. I would think it was going around 35% of the time. Tony Ellen played on table number 3 against Earl Strickland, and the corner ball was going just about every rack. If they can just solve that problem, remedy that problem, I think that it would make the game a lot fairer for both people.
Mm.
But George can't afford to have the corner ball going in every rack. A little precipitous, wouldn't you think? He has got up there and banked it, too, like it was a hanger.
And missed it a foot.
And not only missed it a foot, but look at the position on the 3. Nowhere around the ball. Okay, he really can't take George Michaels for granted, because if he does, he's liable to find himself worried and maybe in the loser side.
Right.
George Michaels is a very capable player. He's proven that by staying on the undefeated side. He's a deliberate player.
Very deliberate. He will take his time to see where he needs to go. And that's very aggravating sometimes to a quick player, somebody that sees the shot right away. Someone that sees the shot right away like Earl, playing somebody that has to look for the shot, is very aggravating to Earl. I don't see any problems here. All you got to do is make the 4. Like I said, he's got to make the 4.
Well, that's certainly not the way George wanted to start off the match, by missing a very makeable ball, especially when Johnny made an error. You know, you really want to take advantage of all the opportunities you get, especially one that you get from an error from a guy who's like number 1.
Right.
That way he can sit in his chair and dwell over it. But in the meantime, George squandered the opportunity. John's back at the table, and it looks like he's going to capture the first game of the match. Kim Davenport already has 1 game on his side against Dick Lane, and Hurricane all of a sudden has a game on his side against Mike Siegel. I didn't really care for the position Johnny played the cue ball on the 8, you know, because the 9's laying on this side of the table. I would have figured he should have stayed somewhere in the center of the table with the cue ball, but nevertheless, he was able to run the 8 and the 9 off the table and take an early 1-0 lead in the match.
I would like, myself, I prefer to go all the way to the end rail.
Oh, absolutely.
Just play 1 rail across.
That would have been the optimum position on the table, to get down near the bottom cushion. That way, it just plays so much more natural.
Yeah. Well, let's see if the corner ball goes in again.
Well, the corner ball went in the first time Johnny broke the balls. This is rack number 2. The wing ball is the 8 ball. Let's take a look at the 8 ball on the right-hand side of the rack.
That's the first time I ever saw anybody tap the cue ball in before they broke. And now they have to dig it out of a hole.
Yeah, can you explain why he did that?
No, I guess to keep it in an exact spot. He wanted it in an exact spot.
Well, the 8 ball didn't find its way in the lower right-hand corner, but it did manage to find its way in the lower left-hand corner. Now Johnny has another bank on the 1 ball. I don't think he'll shoot this as quickly as he did the bank on the 1 ball in the first game. Notice the position of the 2 slightly underneath the foot spot. Really, he doesn't have much of an accessible route for position on the 2. So what do you look for him to do here?
Go behind the 4.
He's gone behind the 4. He's ran into the 2, stopping the progress of the cue ball behind the 7. It looks like George is either going to have to play indirect or jump over the 7.
You know, he may have been trying to he may have been trying to nip the 4 coming off the end rail there and come down closer here by the 9. He may have gotten lucky there.
Okay, it doesn't appear that if you were to play the shot rail first, buddy, would you play to pocket the ball, or would you play to hit the outside of the 1, spinning possibly 3 cushions, maybe in back of the 6?
Well, I think it's a higher percentage shot just to hit the outside of the 1 from here because of where the 2 lies. He played it right in, but he's going to be very lucky to get a shot on the 2.
Yeah, that's what I think, and that's one of the reasons I asked you how you would play it, because pocketing the 1 ball and expecting yourself to get position on the 2 is asking a little bit too much.
Right.
Had he just played safety off the 1 ball, he's thinning the 1 ball lightly, spinning 3 cushions around, possibly in back of the 6, I think he would have fared much better.
Right. Here you've got to kick full into the 2 and try to get the cue ball to come toward the 3. You try to hit this fairly full. Not with a low ball, with a high ball. A low ball's going to follow this
right.
ball.
A high ball would back
low ball
up.
follows that ball.
Now that's very noteworthy. If he would have kicked with a high ball, it would have backed up after contacting the 2 ball. But of course, he hit the wrong side of the 2 ball for the shot that we saw, the safety shot.
Right.
What he did was he used a low ball, hit the other side of the 2 ball, and was fortunate enough to make the 2 ball in the upper left-hand corner. And he also finds himself in pretty good line on the 3.
Yeah.
4 ball cross table from the 3. He's got an ideal angle on the 3 to play shape for the 4.
Wow.
Okay, now the 9 ball looks like it's blocking off a portion of the lower right-hand corner pocket, and that seems to be the pocket that George would like to play the 5 in, considering the angle he has on the 4. What's he going to do here, buddy?
Well, if the 5 goes in the side, he'll probably play 2 rails around and play the 5 in the side. If he has that option. If he doesn't, he'll just have to hammer it and come 1 rail across, play the 5 over in the other corner.
Okay, he hammered the 4 ball the last time he was at the table. Remember what happened to that ball?
Well, he may try to pinch it, but then he's going to give himself an extreme angle on the 5 to draw to this side rail to come back over for the 6.
Yeah, I don't like that shot. I don't like pinching it at all. I don't think he can hold it enough to shoot a comfortable shot on the 5. I like your other shot. He's going to have to slam it.
You think he's going to slam it?
Or either
he's
that or
hitting it very low.
Yeah, he's going underneath. He may
be going to play the 5 in the side that he's shooting out of right there.
Right.
No, he came across. Yeah.
He hit it very well.
Yes, he did. Now he's got to duck the 7. A lot of obstacles this rack.
Oh, I think he can just draw it right back. No English. Very nicely done. And perfect line for the 6. All he needs to do now is either draw it back slightly or stop it, whatever. All right, much better than the effort he put forth in the first rack. This is rack number 2. George Michaels is looking to tie up the match, 1 game apiece.
Well, George looks like he's playing really better than I've seen him play in a long time. Faster. He's playing faster than I've ever seen him play.
Well, listen, he looked smooth out there. You know, I mean, he shot the 4 ball in the right way. You know, he went back and forth. Even though he missed the 4 in rack number 1, you know, he didn't let that intimidate him. He came right back and played really smoothly in rack number 2.
Let's see if the corner ball goes for him. George may request another rack. No, he's gonna
George,
go.
George's a very, very meticulous person. If he doesn't see everything that's just right, every detail, he'll ask for a re-rack. No question about that.
You know, I used to have the patience to do that, but I don't have the patience to wrestle with it anymore.
You're just tired, huh?
I guess.
Well, that's the way I feel, you know. I mean, people ask me why I don't play in tournaments and why I really don't play 9-ball. And I say, well, I really think 9-ball is a young man's game. And quite frankly, I'm just too tired to play 9-ball. And that's the answer I give them, you know.
Guy told me, he says, I'll play you some with a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I said, well, just to be honest with you, I don't want to play quite bad enough to do that.
That'll really wear you out giving someone the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If you're tired now, just think how tired you'll be after you give someone the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. In the meantime, George is positioned the cue ball ideally for position on the floor. All he needs to do is swing 2 cushions across the table and drop nicely near the bottom cushion.
He looks to me like he's playing really well.
Okay, he's going to have to be careful
nice
here.
Cue ball right there.
He's going to have to be careful here, buddy, unless he can hit the top side of the 5 with the 4, and then the 4 will then go in front of the pocket.
I think you shoot your cue ball right at the 7 here. Oh, he cut the 4. He cut the 5. He's trying to hit the 5 square.
All right, very quickly now he has a big decision to make, you know, and the decision is either you bank the 4 cross-eyed going to the offense, or do you play the cue ball behind the 9.
I believe he'll play the cue ball behind the 9, but being from Chicago, there's no reason why he shouldn't go ahead and bank this ball. But I believe he's going to play the cue ball to right there.
Well, he is from Chicago. You're right about that. But he currently resides in San Francisco, so therefore
his bank pool game has fallen off.
Yes,
huh?
Maybe his bank pool skills have diminished some. So, anyways, let's see what he does.
All right.
He's opted to play the cue ball behind the 9 and the 7 using the 7.
Overshot it.
Okay, now the problem with I like playing the cue ball behind the 9 because playing the cue ball behind the 7, he gives a rail for Johnny to kick at. And when you give a rail to Johnny to kick at, you know, for number 1, he's going to make contact. Number 2, he figures to hit the right side of the ball, the side he wants to hit. So therefore, placing the cue ball behind the 9 probably would have been a little bit better in that situation. Now Johnny hit the right side of the 4 ball. He's left George a problem, and that's the reason why he should have played the cue ball behind the 9, right?
Right.
I'm not that dumb, am I?
No. You're a very intelligent player.
Thank you.
Here, you just load this one up and whack it. I don't know anything else to do. I don't think he can get through there, can he? Does he have enough room to go in there?
He may have enough room to go in there, but even if he does get through there, buddy, I don't think he's going to improve anything. Really, he's got problems. And going through there, he's going to hit the 4 ball rather thickly. The cue ball doesn't go 2 cushions.
Yeah. You know, that monitor there may be on, is why the voice may be ricocheting off of this monitor here out there. Well, we're not talking that loud.
Okay, then I won't talk anymore. After game number 3, Johnny Archer is the player with the lead, leading 2 games to 1. You know, I have a tendency to get carried away sometimes.
Well, you get excited in the heat of the battle.
Yeah, you know, and I think that makes for better commentary, don't you, buddy?
I do too, yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You're in agreement with that, right?
Right, right.
And matter of fact, everyone else out here is in agreement with that except the players. Johnny asked me.
Well, they don't understand when you say, well, he's applying low right when he's actually hitting like a center left. And
don't confuse me,
and it seems
okay?
to distract him a little.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he should be using low left, and in the meantime he's using high right, and he said, maybe he's right. Catch him in between strokes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that awesome break that we alluded to earlier in the telecast. He's got one of the biggest breaks in the world today, and there's definitely evidence of that after he broke the balls there, pocketing 2 balls on the break.
I like 4-rail position here.
You mean 4-rail position and back of the 3?
Yeah, the 4th rail behind.
He's really got to stroke it good, hit deep into that lower left-hand corner.
Right. Right there's where he's got to come in.
Yep. And then off the 4th reel, he might even be going toward the 3.
He's got to hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, he's got to stroke it good too.
Yeah.
He's got to get a lot of draw on this ball. He did stroke it good. Boy, he hit it good. Boy, did he hit it good.
He actually hit it a little fat, don't you think?
Well, I thought he had to get deeply into that corner, and by hitting it fat like that, probably enabled him to get deep into the corner. He could have stopped another 2 or 3 inches short of that mark there. He would have had a real nice shot on the 3 in the side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has a very makeable shot on the ball right now.
Right, depending on how well you're playing as to whether you even shoot at this or not. I've seen Grady duck behind the 5 on it. Ooh. Ooh. Now, can you roll this one in, Bill?
Yeah, definitely can roll in
And I'm talking
center
about
ball.
position.
Oh yeah, you roll in center ball. You come down to the 1.5 diamond mark, slightly off the cushion of about 5 or 6 inches. That seems to be the angle that he'll end up with.
He's drawing it.
I don't really like drawing it. What you do here when you draw it is you reduce the size of the pocket, and the pocket's playing small enough because of the distance he's away from the 3 ball. So if I had a choice, buddy, I'd roll it in. How about you?
I'd roll it. If I didn't have a choice, I'd still roll it.
Okay, now by drawing this ball, playing it in the corner, he reduces the size of the pocket. He makes his shot play twice as difficult.
But if you hit it that nicely, then it's cause from here. All he's got to do is make sure he gets a shot on the 6 to get position on the 7 far the side pocket.
I like the way he played that. If he would have gotten back another 2 or 3 inches, he would have been just about in perfect line for the 6. A lot of players may have perhaps played a position for the 6 on the side, which I think is totally wrong, because if they happen to get off angle slightly, then the position on the 7 becomes almost impossible.
Do you draw this 2 reels, or you hit 1 reel with it?
I just hit 1 reel with it, I guess. And no, I don't play it like that.
I don't either.
I don't play it like that. I would have just went ahead and drawed it with the center, no English, hitting maybe the 2nd diamond, possibly. But if you're going to get straight in, playing it in that fashion, that's probably a better way to play it.
Yeah.
This is game number 4. George Michaels is looking to tie up the match.
2-2. 2 apiece.
Yes, and he does. Very quickly, Hurricane Ellen has 2, and Mike Siegel has 2. And Kim Davenport is ahead of Dick Lane, 3 games to 1. Lane's at the table, preparing to shoot the 9 to come within 1 game of the lead. Nick Varner's ahead of Efren Reyes in a match between 2 defeated players.
3-0.
3-0. There are 12 remaining players in the tournament. 4 of them are undefeated. 8 of them have 1 loss. There are 53 players that entered the tournament this year.
You know, I finished 17th through 24th in this tournament, Bill. I got knocked out day before yesterday.
That's incredible.
It seems like day before yesterday.
How they that?
No, it had to be yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was when I got knocked out.
George was able to pocket, I think he pocketed the 1 in the side. And the balls didn't seem to open up very well for George. Notice the balls all congregated on this side of the side pocket.
Is precipitous the word you use here?
For what?
They landed in a, what is it? Is it
No,
or is it precarious?
Yes, that's... Yeah.
Well, do you try to fan this in, or do you kick it 1 rail over behind the 5? I like going in behind it full and sticking right there, banking the 3 1 rail off the bottom cushion over against the 5. Like that shot he's looking at right there.
Okay, well that's a nice shot if he's able to hook Johnny with, because if he doesn't hook Johnny, Johnny's got...
I don't like having a jack up on it. I don't like it like that. If you got a jack up on it, you can't hit it the way you need to hit it.
No, and especially if you're going to use right-hand English on the shot, then you really can't hit it the way you want to hit it.
Right.
So then you have to look for something differently, or something different to play. Right. Okay, Johnny, in the meantime, has something to think about himself here.
He has to duck. I actually like playing the 9 across the corner here and sending the cue ball up between the 4 and 8 safe. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think he's going to go 2 cushions with the cue ball here, sending the 2 up table.
Well, see, he left him a shot like that. The other way, it was dead safe and free. It looked to me like the 9 was a free shot. Mike could even played it off the 5, the 2 into the 9 off the 5. But you could for sure have played it across the corner and sent the cue ball right between the 4 and 8.
Okay, now from the angle that we have, maybe that shot may appear to be available, but from when you're at the table, maybe the 6 is blocking off a portion of the 9 that you needed to hit to do that.
Well, maybe.
So you have to give the player the benefit of the doubt, but your shot was a very good one if it was available. Okay, he hit this pretty hard. He got a nice kiss off the 5, but he did position the cue ball nicely behind the 3.
Now here. That's the only way you can do it right there, is come into it and go back to the side. Well, see, he's leaning too far this way. He's got to get in higher there.
You know, there's a chance that he can make the 2 off the 9, going at the 2 ball the way he's looking at it, you know, using right-hand English. He can make the 2 off the 9 like this. Very, very close. That was a pretty good call by me.
Yes, it was.
Huh?
Yes, it was. He was playing the 9 more than he was the 2. But the 2 was available, it looked like.
Yeah, especially with that high ball, because with the high ball, he's going to bet the 2 will back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Seems like everyone around here has the flu, or at least has had it. A lot of the players came down with the flu bug.
Yours truly included.
That's right. Buddy's had it for the last 4 days. Dick Lane has it. He's out there playing with it.
Nick Varner has it.
Nick Varner.
He's playing.
I can't believe, as anemic looking as Mike Siegel is, he missed it.
Yeah.
Anemic,
he just come from across the pond. Efren just come from across the pond. Neither one. They're both healthy as horses. Tony just got over the flu, so he's healthy.
Tony would look healthy if he had the flu.
And Dick Lane's running out like he feels perfect, whether he does or not.
I tell you what, Dick Lane certainly is a surprise this tournament. Not that he isn't a fine player. He is a fine player, but he's beat some giants this tournament.
He beat me like I wasn't even there.
He beat Earl Strickland too, 13-5. That's pretty good there.
Yes,
I don't know if he's gotten. I don't think he hit the rail before the ball. I don't think he hit the ball before the rail.
It's too late to call it. It's too late to call it. It was too close a hit. You can't really tell whether he hit the ball or the rail first, so the player gets the benefit of the doubt there.
But not if you have an instant replay, and we do have that available.
Well, he'd have to call a foul and get an argument on it before they'd go to the replay.
All he has to do is request to review it on the replay, on the monitor, and they'll go right to the monitor.
I like that. It says only if they can't decide on their own. They were both men.
Oh no, he hit that very nicely, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gotten back at the 2 ball.
Well, he left him a good kick at it, though. He left him a real high percentage kick here to make the ball, to get safe.
I think he's going to have problems hitting it. Where's the high percentage kick? Do you see it? Off the
right
side
behind the 6 to the side rail, straight across.
You think so?
2 sitting right in front of the side.
Sitting right in front of the side.
Well, in the direction of right there. In the direction of the side. I mean, what's he going to do?
I think the 6 ball might be blocking off the part of the rail that he might have to hit. He's going to have to put a little English on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
Looks to me like he's got a good, real nice kick at it here.
Well, you were right. He did have a real nice kick at it. He hit the bottom part of the 2, which I didn't think he could. Yeah. So that certainly answers that. He had a real good kick at it. That was a pretty difficult shot to shoot, even though you were more or less forced to shoot that shot.
Especially having to roll it like that.
Yeah, but you had to roll it because of all the traffic down here. And if he shot it hard, you know, It was a type of a shot that you know you have to shoot, but you don't want to shoot it.
Let's take a look at that if we can look at that shot to see if it was a good hit or
Let's
not.
take a look at it. Let's take a look at it
Okay,
very
slow.
closely. Rail. It's very close.
It looked like he.
It was very close.
Did he hit it going
Let's
in
take
coming?
another look at it again. It's very, very close, isn't
Very
it?
close. Very close. It could have very well been a foul.
Very close. I tell you.
It looked like a foul to me. It looked like he hit the ball after the second rail. But it was so close, it was really hard for the eye to catch that.
And I'm really surprised that Johnny Archer, that he didn't realize or recognize that that could have been a bad hit. Because, you know, he really wants to win this match badly for a lot of reasons. So therefore, he should be paying attention to everything that goes on out there. And it was a very close call. Well, thanks a lot, Pat Fleming, for bringing that up again for us.
You know, Johnny might not have realized, he may not have realized that that he had the instant replay as an option there if he did want to make a call in. You know what I mean? So rather than, you know, he might have felt like making a call in and not realizing he had the replay as a tool.
Well, I would like to agree with you because I normally like to agree with everything you say. But I can't agree with that.
You can't?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because Johnny's too bright. He understands that the replay is here. He's on the featured table.
It, but he may not have actually recognized that having that option.
Well, that's why I disagree, because I believe he does know that he has the option.
Well, I didn't. Of course, I'm not as bright as Johnny is.
and you have the flu too, and he doesn't.
Right. Right. You just play the position for the corner pocket over by the cue ball here. Is that what you do, Bill?
I just stop the ball and just cut the 8 in this corner pocket right here.
He can't do that.
Why can't he?
Well, look how close the 8 is to the 9 there at that angle. If he just stops right there.
He's got plenty of room.
Believe me, he's coming over and playing the 8 over in the other corner.
Okay.
There you go.
All righty.
See, Billy, you should agree with me more often. It makes you look more intelligent.
But I still disagree. I still disagree with what you said about Johnny not realizing that he had the replay available to him. You know, I'm not buying that.
Okay.
Game number 5 goes to George Michaels, who takes the lead in the match 3-2. Dick Glenn in front of Kim Davenport, 5-3. Captain Hook in front of the Hurricane, 4-3. And Nick Varner is just all over Efren Reyes, 5-0. The Hook is in front of the Cane.
The Hook is in front of the Cane. Varner's beating
Luke's ahead of the Magician.
Little Giant's ahead of the Magician. Well, George is going to rear back and knock the fire out of these. I can tell by his stance. Check him out. He's cocked back on this one now. He's going to boom him. There he went. Did he make one?
He almost made one. He almost made one.
Well, I wonder what the stats are on the match so far.
That was a good shot there. Real nice touch. Real nice touch. Johnny's going to call the referee over to take a look at the shot, to call the hit. That's his responsibility to do that.
Well, wait.
If it's a questionable call and he doesn't call the referee over to watch the shot, then the player at the table has the advantage.
What do you do, Bill? You usually like 7 or 8 games before the stats actually mean anything anyway, isn't it, in a match? 7, 8, or 9 games, something like that, before the stats start really showing.
I don't know what you mean by that, buddy.
before the stats could really make an impact on what the score is or anything like that.
I think about 8 or 9 games, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The reason we're laughing up here is because, you know, Pat's at the control desk, and when Buddy asked me that question, Pat answered it instead of me. So I just answered it with the answer that Pat gave. That was for the benefit of you people with the headsets on there. In the meantime, Johnny ran into the 9, and he's come up without a shot on the 3. Now he just has to play the cue ball 2 cushions behind the 7-up table.
Yeah, that's the shot. Oh, he's playing it behind the 6.
Behind the 6.
He's shortened the route.
Which is better, actually a better shot.
Well, I don't know if it is or not. It gives him a real direct hit on the. I like just going soft at this. 2 rails, hitting the top side of the 3 and dropping it over behind the 8, just lagging to the top of the 8 with the cue ball. You understand the shot I'm talking about?
In other words, you want to go 2 cushions.
2 cushions soft, very soft. Not like that. I'm talking about soft.
Okay, well.
You're just nipping the top of the 3.
Well, in order for you to improve the situation with that shot, you would have to hook him then.
Yeah, you try to hook him.
Now you go into the 9 here, I would imagine, if you could, huh? Maybe into the 5 and the 9.
Yeah, if the combination of the billiard doesn't look like a very high percentage shot, so I would say you play the cue ball. Just split the 5-9 with the cue ball.
Right, if you can do that. No.
Let's say he hit the 9
right.
going.
Exactly. And that he was really unlucky or ill-fated in that respect, because if he hits the rail behind the 9, he probably ends up with a shot. If he hits the 9 going in, he probably ends up with a shot. But if you hit the 9 very lightly, you know, thinly going in, you end up like he is now.
I don't like trying to cut this in, man. Unless you shoot that straight.
Well, you know, Johnny's 25 years old, buddy. Come on, I mean.
He's got another whack another now. He's got a tough shot right here. I don't think he can even cut this one in. He might have to bank this one. It is something, isn't it? I remember when I was 25, Bill, I whacked them balls in like that. Wouldn't even think about it.
Oh, my goodness.
Wouldn't even think about the ducking part.
You kidding? Oh, how come he didn't apply right-hand English to that shot?
I think he did apply right-hand English. He just didn't really go through the stroke. Okay, here's where Chicago shows up. Do you bank it or do you duck?
Oh, you have to bank this. He's right on top of the ball. This is a very high percentage bank here. Very, very high percentage bank. I'd venture to say that he would make this bank at least 5 out of 6 times, good 80% of the time. And anytime you have a shot you can make 80% of the time, you better go for it. Unless you just butcher it and slug it like that. George, I'm really surprised at you. You know, you don't have to bank that ball at that speed. You were, you know, you could have banked that
softly.
Ball. Well, not exactly softly, but you could have choked it, and you could have controlled the cue ball. You know, with a half draw. There was a lot of things you could have done with that shot to increase the accuracy of the shot. When you shoot a bank that hard, you really diminish the accuracy of the shot. You end up with what he ended up with. It was a good opportunity for George to extend his lead, you know, and that bank was very, very makeable. Johnny Archer at the table. He's looking to tie the game or match up at 3 games apiece.
Dick is tough, boy. Dick Lane is one tough cookie.
Yeah, he really is a hard worker, isn't he? I mean,
yes,
he's not going to give anything away. And when he does give something away, he's going to make you wait a long time for it.
That's exactly right. He'll make you wait till tomorrow to shoot. Earl said the only way he could keep him in the seat is to sit down while it was his shot.
Do you think that when you play a player like Dick Lane, your speed drops?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure, it knocks you out of rhythm.
Absolutely.
He barbecued Earl, one of probably the guy with the greatest offense on the tour right now. He just knocked him so far out of his rhythm that Earl barely got 5 games on him.
Yeah, Earl was missing balls that really shocked me.
Yeah.
It really shocked me.
Earl complained slightly, but Dick never said a word. He just went ahead and played his speed, which was tortoise.
Well, Dick's shark-proof, you know. I mean, he's heard complaints all his life. Why should he, acknowledge them now? Well, I'm sorry, Earl. I'll shoot faster.
Dick told me after the match was over, he says, he said, really, everything that Earl said was right. He said, I did get all the rolls.
But you need to get rolls against that guy.
Yeah, and what Dick didn't mention was that every time he got one of those rolls, he ran out behind it. I mean, he played real well behind it.
Which he's quite capable of doing.
Right. He may have gotten some rolls, but he ran out on a real regular basis.
Which he has been doing for the last several tournaments, at least the ones that I've watched him play in.
Yeah.
Finishing 5th, 6th at the Bicycle Club.
This game that we're witnessing here, that we're commentating, has taken on the flavor of that slow, methodical, George Michael's advantage type of a game. Now, he can't do that. He's done that 2 games in a row now. If he just go ahead and play his game.
I've been like sneaking peeks at table number 6 in the match between Lane and Davenport.
How would you
in
see
between
the
shots,
on that?
in between shots here, right? And I've noticed the effect that Dick Lane's style has on Kim Davenport the last 2 shots in particular. Kim Davenport shot the 2-ball, hooking himself behind the 7 for position on the 3. Something very uncharacteristic, especially with the shot that he had. And then I just saw Kim bank the 5 cross side, missing it, very badly, and actually not even in line for position for the 6. And he seems to be very, very frustrated with Lane's style. But in the meantime, back at the feature table, George Michaels overran his mark considerably, and he suffered a consequence.
While you were talking there, we got a glimpse on the monitor of Johnny's break, his extension off his break. He looks like he's as long as the table when he hits the balls. Q-tip looks like it goes all the way to the 1.
Yeah, and we watched a replay of Tony Allen's break too, and wow, boy, would I hate to have him land on me after his break. He's all up in the air and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is up there, pal. I mean, he leaves the ground,
Well, Johnny may take a 4-3 lead here if he can pocket this 8-ball.
Mike Siegel, Captain Hook, in front of the Kane, 6 games to 4. Slow Death Lane is in front of the Kimmer, 7 games to 3. Johnny Archer has once again regained the lead in the feature match, 4 games to 3. And Nick Varner, the unrelenting Varner, is ahead of Reyes 7 games to 0, and he's at the table. Take notice of Johnny's break. We had an opportunity to watch Johnny's break on our monitor over here. And for you people out there that have the headsets on who can hear the commentary, take a look at Johnny's break and watch his arms fly and everything when he goes into the balls. Watch the extension. And that's where he generates all his power from. And when he breaks the balls, pay particularly close attention to his body and his forward motion and everything, and all the great timing that comes into place on the break.
I'd like to get a good play of this too, to just see how long the Q-tip stays with the cue ball. I got a feeling that isn't very long, but the extension is way long.
Did you see him
the ball was gone instantly.
He kicked that right leg back, All
Kinda like a judo
all the
chop,
good
huh?
breakers do that, you know. The good breakers, if you notice, the good breakers watch that right leg if they're right-handed. They kick it back, boy. Whew. Nick Warner winning yet another game, extending his lead 8-0. Johnny decides to push. Well, I can tell you right now, I take the push, and I'd position the 7. I position the 2 behind the 7. That's what I would do immediately. There's not even close. I would apply inside English.
Bump it toward the 7, run
Bump
the
it
cue
toward the
ball into
7.
the 9.
Right. Inside English, I might even avoid the 9 and get a little further up the rail to ensure the hook. See, now if I would have used inside English there, maybe I would have avoided the 9 and then.
Right. If he'd have got that up 1 more inch,
Mm-hmm.
1 more inch, he would have had a perfect shot there. And I think the 2 may be frozen. If the 2's frozen, it's a problem. Did he call it frozen?
I don't know. I didn't hear him. Of course, I'm in the booth with the
Maybe
with
if we
headsets.
could get a run, maybe if we could get a close-up of the 2, we'd know whether it was frozen or not.
Well, I think that's doesn't much matter because he called the referee over to take a look at the shot.
It is frozen. It is frozen. See on the monitor?
It definitely is frozen, and that's a very good pitcher. What's he doing here? He wants to hit the bottom of the 7 here and stay down table.
Absolutely. Look at this shot, how way that's come out. Did he leave him a shot?
He definitely has a shot. But you have to go forward here. And if you hit the 2 ball a little bit badly, you may go forward into the corner pocket. So you have to make sure that you do cut the 2 ball somewhat. I don't like coming back on this shot, buddy.
I don't either. The 4 ball's too big. What are you going to do when you get down there?
Wow.
Play the 9?
He made a nice shot. I didn't think he could do that.
Play the 9, Rock.
Captain Hook is doing a job on the cane, leading him 8-4.
Boy, this is going to be one of those matches, folks. It's just got that pace. You know, it's got the George Michael's pace.
And this is a very, very interesting match.
You know what I'm talking
The score
about? Pace?
certainly indicates that, 4 games apiece.
Yeah. Do you agree with that on the pace of the game? The way the pace of the game is going is ideally for George instead of Johnny, wouldn't you say?
Well, I would think so too. You know, I mean,
I'm not saying it makes George
Johnny
the
hasn't
favorite.
exploded. If Johnny would have exploded, naturally the pace wouldn't look anything like this.
Right.
Nice cue ball control.
See, it's just the way things are happening. Things are dropping down to a slowed down game. The 1 ball's not clearing. There's never a shot after the break. There's a nip and tug. I believe that ball's dead as George Washington if you can get to the 1.
I don't think so. I don't think it is dead. It looks like the 1 is a lot closer to the bottom cushion than the 4. Let's get a close-up, Rick, of the 1-4.
I don't think you can get in there like that. I don't think you can get into it like that, can you? You can't shoot right into it.
No, there's not enough room in between the rail and the 4 for him to get the key. Is that what you're referring to?
Right.
No. But the 1 is closer to the bottom cushion than the 4 is.
Well, that's a nice pitcher. Nice pitcher.
Let me ask you something. If he would just give him ball in hand. If he would just give him ball in hand here, buddy, what could he do?
He's going to...
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he would just give him ball in hand, what would the options be for him?
Make the 4.
I don't think he can make the 4. We'll say he can't make the 4.
Well, no, he's shooting a mass A shot. He's shooting a trick shot.
You know, I think that if he would have just given him ball in hand, he would have had a very difficult time playing a return safety, because of the position of the 3. You know,
well, if he can't make the 4, he's better off moving the 3 out of there than leaving it where it was because of the safety. Now it's harder to get him behind something, wouldn't you say?
But with the 3 there, he couldn't get very much cue ball movement. He couldn't do anything with it. Now he can do a lot with it.
So you think it hurt him to move the 3?
Yeah, I thought it hurt him to move to the 3. You know, he can do a heck of a lot. He can go up table. He can slide him over by the 9. But he's much better off going up table here. You know, putting him behind the 2, way up table.
Behind the 2-8.
Yeah, behind the 2. Yeah, that's where he wants to get him. Way up there.
Oh, he might have scratched. He scratched.
He sure did. He sure did.
Now George's going to try to do the same thing to him.
Well, he don't want to scratch.
No, I said he's going to try to do the same thing to him. No, I don't think he wants to scratch. You're right.
He might have scratched too if he would hit a little harder.
He hit it. Nice. It's tough to hit here.
Yes.
This shot is very tough to hit.
Very tough to hit. The 9 ball actually is a big ball. If he's going to hit it, he's going to have to draw it right before the 9. And he'll shoot this shot, by the way. He'll go before the 9 and draw it and hit it in that fashion.
You think he'll go that way, or try to? Yeah, I guess that's the way to shoot it.
Yeah,
right
he's
there,
going to
try to make the ball.
Yeah, he's going to shoot it that way. I don't think he can hit it the other way.
Yeah, you got to try to make the ball.
And there's not much room for error. There's not much margin for error shooting it that way, but I don't think he has a choice.
Well, you might try to figure out a way to lock something up here, but I don't see how you can even do that.
No, he's in trouble here.
He's in a lot of trouble if he doesn't hit the 1. He's got to just come at the 1. He's got to try to make the 1. Scores 9-0 over here with Reyes and Barnes.
And let's take a look at this shot. This is a very, very beautiful shot when it's executed right. Oh, the referee's in our way now. Foul. No, it's a foul. I had to refer to the monitor. I wanted to see it live right at the table.
Foul or flagrant foul?
It's a foul.
Well, you're not going to believe this. If Nicky pockets the 9, he's going to be ahead of the Magician 10-0. How do you play this, Billy?
Well, he does have ball in hand, right?
Yeah. You know what I like here?
You'd like going 4 cushions?
No.
Or 3 cushions around the 2?
No.
What?
No. I like playing position. I'd shoot. Maybe you shoot the 1 in this pocket.
In this pocket here, go through the 7
cue
and
ball at the top of the 4-7 for the angle to come 2 rails out of the upper corner for the 3.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, that was one to go that line that he went right there. But now you need to drop between them, between the 7 and the 8.
Actually, there wasn't anything wrong with getting straight in on the 2 and just stopping it and shooting the 3 in.
With inside English.
Either that or even go, around the 4 if you needed to.
I don't like to go lengths of the table with extreme inside English and stuff like that.
See, I don't like going to the left there because
I like this.
I like that there because now you got perfect position for the 4.
Yeah.
But I don't like running the risk of positioning myself behind the 7 there. But that was the proper way of shooting the shot, because if you can't stop the cue ball in that area, then you don't deserve to be in the position that you're in.
Don't need to be in 5th and 6th playing for 3rd.
No, you don't. So therefore, he definitely accepted to shoot the shot in the correct way. He should go forward here. Very nicely done.
He's going to take the lead. This game has got his pace to it. It just seems that way. Of course, it could change at any minute, you know.
Tony Allen, his wins are starting to blow over there. He was trailing 4 games to 8, and now he's really cut into that lead considerably.
8-7.
Trailing now only by 1 game, 8-7.
He has cut into it.
And that just shows you the explosiveness of a player like Tony Allen with that big break, you know.
It's tied up now, 8 apiece.
It's 8 apiece. That's that big break. And if you don't have that big break, you can't do that.
You're right.
You can't do that. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're exactly right.
In the meantime, George Michaels in preparation to shoot the 9 to take the lead in his match 5 games to 4.
Nick Varner shooting at the 8 and is ahead 10-0. He got a pretty tough shot at the 8.
So Tony Allen has mounted his charge on Mike Siegel. His presence is definitely felt once again, as it has been so often in the last several tournaments. Tony Allen is definitely a force to be reckoned with from this point on the PBTA Tour. No question about that. In the meantime, George Michaels leads 5-4. Johnny Archer is kind of twitching in his chair a little bit. A little uncomfortable.
Nick Varner's leading Efren Reyes 11-0.
He's in a cakewalk over there, and the magician really needs to pull out some tricks out of his bag.
I don't think he's shot in an hour and a half.
No. But he's laughing over there like he's amused with what's transpiring. George hitting the 1 ball squarely, pocketing the 4 in the corner.
With a shot on the 1.
With a shot on the 1, but there's a bunch of balls all congregated in this corner.
I think he has the 2-5 combination is very good though. I think
the 6 ball's blocking off a portion of the pocket. He's going to have to position the cue ball very accurately on the 2-5 combination if he expects to pocket the combination, and also control the 2 ball.
I believe the 2-5 is going to be his next shot though. I believe he's addressing it like he's coming around for it. Yep, he's definitely coming after it.
I think he hit a little bit too hard, buddy. And now he's going to have his problems not only pocketing the combination, but coming up with a shot on the 2. I think he'd fare much better if he just positioned the cue ball behind the 8 right now.
Well, I don't know. Can he come 1 rail straight out and just stick the 2 right there? If he can stick the 2 right there, he come between the 9 and 7, 1 rail out and play the 2 in the same pocket.
I don't think that's available. He's got too much of an angle on the shot. He's going to go way up table, and if the 2 ball holds his ground, he may have a shot on the 2. I like his putting the cue ball behind the 8 and taking my chances from there.
Nick Varner's leading 12-0. There's your shot, Billy, only it was behind the 5.
Okay, whatever. Behind the 5 or behind the 8, whatever safety was available is probably the one that I would have chosen. This ball here can be missed if he hits the point of the side pocket, unless he's going right at it.
Oh, nice shot.
Very nicely executed. Now, you know, if he can get by the 5-6 here and kick and hit the 2, if he hits it solidly, you know, a lot of good things can happen, because there's a lot of balls in front of the pocket here if he would hit it with some speed, you know?
He got lucky, didn't he?
I don't know if Johnny can fit through the 9-5 and make contact with the 2.
Huh? It's the first ball I've seen Efren make.
Warner has 12 games and Efren has 2 balls. It's the second ball you've seen him make.
Yeah, they're laying awfully nice there.
Here comes Johnny. He's going to kick with some speed, missing the 2 ball. He's already behind by 1 game, and it looks like he may fall behind by 2 games if George Michaels can figure out the
You just bump the 5
way to
here.
get out
Go
here.
ahead and play the 3 and bump the 5.
Well, what's wrong? What's wrong with playing the 2 in the other pocket and bump the 5? Playing the 2 in that pocket. You know, play the 2 in the other pocket, then bump the 5.
Well, that's a good shot. In fact, you can hit it with a little speed that way.
Yeah, right. You don't have to worry about controlling the 2.
You can open it up and stay over here.
Right.
You don't want to hit it hard enough for the cue ball to jump.
But you don't want to do that.
No.
But he still does have a pocket. What he needs to do now is go up the rail where the 6 is.
The thundering round of applause you just heard is from Efren Reyes winning his first game, now trailing 12-1.
Oh, see on this shot, buddy?
Varner.
I shoot this shot. I don't hit the second cushion. I shoot this shot with a little bit of right-hand English and go in between the 5-6 on top of the 5. That's the way I would play this shot.
Well, is the 9 dead up in the corner? Did he even look at that?
No, it's not dead. Boy, he's really going to get way up there with that bridge. Look how high he's hitting up there. Whew.
It's a good bridge, isn't it?
Well, he's come up short. See, I would have tried to avoid that type of a result by going up further. If you go too far up, you can hit the bottom cushion and then either bypass the 6 or go into the 6, or else play position for the 6 in the other corner. He had a lot of options going up above the 5.
He should be okay here. He's got to draw his ball.
Yeah, you got to make sure he draws his ball. Even if he hits the 9, it's not going to create a problem. Nicely done.
Excuse me.
I think once again he's going to have to draw his ball. I like playing the 7 in the same pocket here. Well, I don't know. Now he has to make sure that he applies a real good stroke to this ball if he intends on playing it in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, that's definitely where you have to play it, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. You got to make sure that you get a nice draw effect off of the cue ball, staying down table as far as you can. Looks like he's going to the other corner. He's going to draw in between the 8 and the 9.
Well, he played the outside. Ooh.
Tony Allen has strung off 6 consecutive games to take a 10-8 lead over the hook.
Here. Another mistake.
Well, those errors,
George is still in this game.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to believe that this match is tied up at 5 games apiece. George has been playing really well, and all of a sudden he'll make an error that you really never expect him to make.
And he's done that 3 or 4 times already.
And if he wouldn't have committed these careless errors, I think he would have had Johnny on the ropes.
Yeah.
Because he's made a lot of nice shots, you know. He's played some real good pool, and all of a sudden he'll do something that's totally contradictory to the way he's been playing.
Yeah. Seager looks a little rattled over there.
You know, yeah, Tony ran off 6 consecutive racks on him. And it's hard to play run-out pool when you know you're playing a guy that if you miss, you might not shoot for 6 racks.
Yeah.
You know? Now that's a good break there. That's that Johnny Archer break that we know.
But look, see the way things, it just seems to be rolling that way.
Yeah, he made a nice shot there. That took a good touch to get the results that he got with that particular shot.
Yeah. We're just about ready for some stats, I believe.
George is kicking, using the bottom cushion. And nice hit, and he looks like he's going to make the
kicked
two.
The ball in.
And he's going to come up with
something.
A piece of the three.
That's much better than what he had to start with.
Oh my, you tell him. You know, I think he can cut the three, maybe into the 8, and send the cue ball behind the 5. Very risky shot, but it's available, but it's very, very risky. Now the other option naturally that he has is to cross the 8 and cross the 3 and back of the 8, sending the cue ball up table, leaving a lot of distance, and also in hopes to get him behind the 8 or possibly the 7 with the 3 behind the 7 or the 8. But the risky shot is to cut the 3 into the 8 and try to find the position behind the 5 with the cue ball.
All that groan over there was Dick kicked the 8 in and followed it in. With the 8 and 9 right on the table, he kicked the 8 in and followed it in. So Kim is now making a comeback on Dick Lane. These games all seem to be taking off in one direction and ending up another, with the exception of the Varner Reyes match.
Okay, once again, I think I will review his options. Option number 1, which is a really high risk, he can cut the 3 very thinly into the 8, trying to position the cue ball behind the 5. Very risky shot. The other one is to try to just, well, he went for the offensive shot, and, you know, I really got to take my hat off to him for going for the offensive shot there, because I didn't think that was an option, but obviously it was. In the meantime, he finds himself behind the 6 with the cue ball, and he needs to get out of his jump cue.
He needs to get out of his jump cue. It's either the jump cue or the slow curve. No, he's going to jump it with his own cue.
Yeah, I don't think he has a problem jumping it. He only has to jump over a portion of the 6 ball. I don't see him having much of a problem doing that. Watch the 9. Well, he's left Johnny a long, straight-in shot on the 4. This is the type of a shot that Johnny figures to hit well.
He excels at shots like this. This isn't a tough shot until you turn 40.
Right, and then it becomes impossible when you turn 50.
My buddy, poor old New York Blackie, he couldn't make it in a year if he. And Johnny, he just whacks it. Maybe that's the way to shoot it. The
Buddy,
powder burn.
That's the way for him to shoot it. Very, very perfectly positioned for the 6 ball, because he really can't afford to hit the 7 on the way down. So the closer he is to the 6, naturally the more accurate he's going to hit the ball.
Nicky defeated Efren 13-2.
Johnny's going to play 2 cushions around the 8, playing position for the 8 in the lower left-hand corner pocket. Oh no, it must pass the 9 to this corner. If it does, then there's no need to play a position for it in the other corner. And at the end of this rack, Archer will have the lead once again. 6 games to 5.
I think I'm starting to see a little momentum change now. If it starts going Johnny's way, with the way things have been going, it could turn into a rout.
You know, George had the opportunities earlier in the match. You know, he made good with a lot of them, and it looked like he was going to make good with just about every one of them. And a couple careless mistakes, and boom. In the meantime, let's take a look at the stats that you've been pleading for. Johnny Archer shooting a 792, definitely below his speed.
George Michael's shooting 867.
867, which is right around world-class speed. Johnny Archer and also Michael's both missing 2 balls. Okay, the one ball went on the side.
100 points difference in the stat, and Johnny's one game up on the score. Huh. Wow. See, the stat doesn't necessarily dictate the score.
Oh, no. No. Well, once again, he played it very nicely, hooking George behind the 9-7. George is going to have to kick this with some speed, I would think. He managed to kick the 2 in, but I don't think it's really benefited him anyway. Now he has to kick the 3. I myself would have preferred kicking and missing the 2, giving Johnny like a half difficult shot, because the position of the 3, there's only 2 pockets it'll go in, and he may have a problem playing position for it, but that's not what happened. George kicked in the 2, and now he's going to kick at the 3.
Nice jumper.
Okay, well, this is fine too.
The air lane. He's going to the airways.
Now, if I were to jump this shot, I would try to bank the 3, not to make it, but send it like 4 cushions around the 9.
This is such a dangerous shot, Billy. I mean, it's so easy to go right on off the table on this shot. You have so far to go to get over the first ball. The ball's going to be hopping when it gets there. That's so dangerous right
He's
there.
going to make the 6. And now it looks like he's gotten himself in reasonable line to run the remaining balls on the table. The 3 looks like it's straight in. The 4 is positioned in between the 7 and the 8. This is the key shot of the rack for George. Well, he's positioned the cue ball closer to the rail than I would have wanted to.
Yeah.
He's going to have to elevate now to avoid contacting the 8.
Yeah.
If he goes forward, he's going to brush the 8, but maybe just thinly enough to leave. Maybe not is right. He's found himself with a problem here, but he really can't play the 5 in the side now, so he's going to have to go to the corner with it. And going to the corner with the 5 really makes the shot play a lot tougher.
I think he plays it in the side, Billy. Yeah, I think he's going to fan this in the side.
You think so?
I think so. Let the cue ball get away.
Well, that was another problem with the shot. Had he played it in the side, which he did, obviously, controlling the cue ball was a problem. What? What, did you hear something that I didn't?
Another problem with the shot playing it in the side.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the problems is you've got to control the cue ball.
Yeah. That seems to be a problem people have when they're out of line. Now what do you do here? You just got to go up table with the cue ball and create some distance.
You've got to do something. I don't know what you do, Billy. Maybe you play the 7 across the side, play the 9 at the same time. I don't know. This is a tough shot here. This is a tough shot. He's going to try to play safe, knocking the 7 behind the 9. Which that's an automatic safety for Johnny there.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you bank the 7 here, or do you play the 7 into the 8 and bring him up table? I kind of like banking the 7.
If the 7 passes,
It'll
even
pass.
if it passes to the point of 2-rail, I'd even shoot a 2-railer at it.
Well, he's not going for it.
No.
Now, he can make the 8 here if he's not careful.
Yeah, he's elected to let him shoot, which that's not a bad choice.
Well, it's not a bad choice, especially when you control the cue ball as nicely as he did.
But when you have big pockets, there's it's just not all that low a percentage shot.
Yeah, but from the position of both the 7 and the cue ball, even though the pockets are big, you really have to hit this shot awfully good to get it.
Yeah, but you've got a shot. I don't know if it's as good a shot as the one he had before he played safe. But I don't guess it's any worse, is it?
I'd rather have the shot he had before he played safe.
Yeah, and think of something else to do on it, huh?
No, I'd bank across corner, go around the table, where I would have done something different. I would have much rather had that shot than this one.
Yeah, now that shot I like better than the one we were talking about, banking the 7 across the corner and even sending the cue ball around. You know, playing the 7 across the corner instead of this. But it's a big pocket up there. See, I would have played the other pocket, I believe.
He was definitely faced with a dilemma there. He really didn't have much to do with, regardless of which route he chose. So,
oh boy,
he really moved badly on that shot.
He sure did.
You know, and he's not generating the offense that he normally does for some reason.
He's out of rhythm. He's out of rhythm. Doesn't it look to you like that?
Well, he's out of something. Nope. Yep. In a match between Dick Lane and Kim Davenport, Dick Lane at one time was leading Davenport 8 games, I believe, to 3 or 4.
To 4.
And now that match has gotten quite a bit closer. 8 for Lane and 7 for Davenport. Lane at the table, but he doesn't have a shot. Tony Allen finding himself on the hill, leading Siegel 12 games to 9. After at one time in the match trailing
he just knocked
8
games
to 4. Tony Allen just defeated Mike Siegel 13 games to 9, and his wins are really well alive.
Hubba Hubba showed up. I've been wondering where he was.
Storm brewing on table 7. The winner, Hurricane Tony, will be back at 11.
I tell you, Hurricane Tony is the type of a guy that you don't want to draw in the tournament.
He's been knocking. He's wanting to win one of these things.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about that. After game number 12, George Michaels and Johnny Archer are knotted up at 6 games apiece. Johnny Archer has broken the ball 7 times, has successfully pocketed. Johnny Archer has broken the ball 7 times, has successfully pocketed ball 6 of those 7 times. But look at that big donut on the run out. He has not run out one time off of the break.
Neither
not
has
once.
George, but George he's broke the balls 5 times.
And has had 3 opportunities to run out, and he hasn't run out off of the break. Neither player has been able to run out off of the break.
This may be a gimme 9 here.
Well, you got to play it. You got to play the 2 and the 9 at the same time, drawing the ball. If you hit the 9 squarely and make the 2, you know you're going to stop for position for the 3. So you have a lot going for you on this particular shot.
Do you draw it or just hit it with a natural ball?
I draw it, and I try to hit the 9 solidly.
It doesn't look like it looks to me like he's hitting it natural. He did hit it natural and got it too thick. He may have hit the 2 a little too full. You know, he may have shot the 2 into the bottom side of the pocket. He's really aggravated with himself right in a minute. The air lanes.
Johnny's looking at his wife, Shannon. I don't think she can help him. Maybe she can, huh?
Maybe she can. Give him some support. Wives are to do that. Somebody's using a flash camera over there. I'm surprised they haven't been called down. The flash.
Okay, he's got this is an interesting layout here. I think I just draw back slightly and just play 3 cushions around for position on the 5. Now he might have to go cross table twice. But the 7 ball.
I like the 3 rail.
But the 7 ball is a big ball. I think he's going twice cross table. And he's going to come short, and that's why you like the three cushion route, because you make sure you get on top of the 5 if you play at the 3 cushion route.
He's ended up with a donut here. He has no shot. I don't believe he has a shot. He just played the cue ball to the, play the 5 to the end rail. I don't see anything else. Cross over it, go back up, maybe get behind 8 and 7. Or maybe even go all the way up with the cue ball.
I don't think he can make the billiard.
No, he can't.
No, he can't make the billiard. He wants to make the billiard, you know. He wants this game badly.
Another thing.
Well, I don't think he's going to get it at this
Another
time.
thing he wants to do here too, Bill, since the 7 and 8 are blocking the sides over there, he may try to just nip the 5 and pass over across the top of the 9. If he can get it where he can just see a piece of that 5 ball, he's got him in trouble. The only way he could be in bad shape is let him see the whole 5. If he can just see part of it, he doesn't have much of a shot.
Are you trying to say to position the cue ball behind his 7?
No, behind the 9.
Oh.
Just nip the 9 and come down here to the end rail. That's the way I believe I would try to play this. If he can't, because there's no alternate shot there. You just have to get lucky.
Well, there's another shot that he has that
I don't like this.
He can bank the 5. This is another shot that he has. He can bank the 5 and like this here.
I don't like that shot.
No, there's nothing wrong with that shot. He's left him a tough shot, but he does have a shot.
All right.
Okay, now this shot looks like it has the angle that if he pockets the 5 ball, the cue ball is going to go in the direction of the upper right-hand corner. He really can't do much to control the cue ball, considering the position of the cue ball near that bottom cushion. So therefore, he's going to hit it with no English, and it's going to go up in the vicinity that he's shooting it from now.
See, he had a free pop at him there. Or very close to free. What do you do, Billy? You whack it in?
Oh, I don't know what you do here. I think you're going to have to try to make it.
When you were Johnny's age, what was the shot?
I think you have to try to make it, really. He tried to make it. He was very fortunate to get deeply enough behind it to clear the 8. Had it, but of course, if it would have nipped the 8, he may have made it in the side pocket. But he did manage to control the cue ball. Kim Davenport
has tied that match up, hadn't he, Bubba?
8 games apiece. Tony Allen's waiting in the wings for the winner of this match. He's guaranteed at least 3rd place in the tournament, I do believe. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So he's probably at the bar right now drinking himself a cool glass of water.
You think he's pulling for anybody?
Yeah, and he's probably going to watch the end of a basketball game.
Do you think he's pulling for anybody in this match?
Oh.
Him and Johnny are real good friends, but do you think he would rather play Johnny or would you rather play George?
He most likely would rather play George, but he would rather beat Johnny.
Isn't that funny how that works? He'd much rather beat Johnny.
So therefore, if he has to play Johnny, I would figure he would rationalize it as a fair trade-off. He has the opportunity to beat the player he wants to beat to get the recognition he deserves. If you're going to go to the dance, you might as well dance with the princess.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Whew, sounded good, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Okay, this is game number 13. Once again, Johnny Archer manages to eke his way in front in the match by 1 game, 7 games to 6.
Boy, it's amazing how just the pace of a game can it can be so rewarding to one and unrewarding to another.
Well, that's for sure. If the pace is being run or actually played at the pace of one individual opposed to the other, naturally that one individual will be definitely at an advantage. And like you mentioned, this match has actually been played at George Michael's pace, and the score certainly is an indication of that.
Yeah.
Even though Archer is in the lead in this match, 7-6, you would think that considering the two players at this juncture of the match, Archer should have at least a 2-game lead.
Yeah.
At least a 2-game lead, maybe 7-5 or 8-6.
Do you play this around, or you one rail back?
No, I go back. I go back like he's done there. Around is, you know, it's a much harder hit. But of course, playing it around makes position on the 3 better or easier for you, right? I don't like this. He's definitely on the line here.
Well, I don't know. He's got to go to that side of the table for the 4 to get back to the 5.
You're probably right. He can still kill this ball. Yeah, he's definitely all right. I spoke too quickly once
But
again.
this is a little tough, though. He got close to the rail. He has to miss the 9 and still be able to pass up past the side pocket. So he's going to jack up, try to go straight up table here.
Boy,
Which
he hit
was
a
a
clean.
nice shot.
Hit a very, very clean positioning the cue ball ideally for the 5. He would like to either attain a very straight-in shot on the 6 or play the 3 cushion angle off of the 6. I like the straight-in shots considering the 6 is so deep. Now you just draw it back to the first diamond. You can just feel this so easy when you're playing as good as he is. And he hit it a little softly, but nevertheless, I feel that it's quite workable. He shouldn't have any problem. He's already leading 7-6, and he seems to be getting into that rhythm that he enjoys playing in. And after game number 15 is Johnny Archer with a 2-game lead, 14, 2-game lead, 8-6. A very stubborn Dick Lane has come back on Kim Davenport and knotted up that match. Oh, matter of fact, he's gone ahead. He's gone ahead of Kim Davenport 9-8.
We have our stats back up here. This game is becoming a much closer contested match. Archer playing at a 118 pace, with Michaels playing at a 829 pace, and they're both pretty well even in the other areas. Johnny has 1 kicking error more than Michaels. This 1 safety error should annul that, though. This is a really closely played match right here.
Well, statistically, it's a very, very even match, but Archer does have a 2-game advantage on the score, and you know that the score is the only thing that counts. Yeah. Even though we both really appreciate Pat Fleming's efforts with the TPA, and we really couldn't go without it, the score is what really counts.
The score is the tail of the tape, isn't it?
Right. But statistically, this match is really about dead even. Archer pocketing a ball on the break. There are maybe some intangibles that we don't have in the TPA that we should put in there possibly. We'll think of some stuff. Maybe we'll implement that.
Yeah, you see football games where one team has a possession of the ball 16 minutes and the other one has possession of the ball 3.5 minutes and the score is tied, you know. I've seen a lot of that. Haven't you?
I think that I'm going to make a suggestion, and this is a very quick off-of-the-head suggestion, which probably isn't going to be good, but I'm going to take a chance with it.
Yeah?
How about opportunities? Why don't we try to get that into the stats, how many opportunities each player's had, offensive opportunities. I think that'll have a lot of bearing on who should or shouldn't be ahead in the match.
How would you gather that stat?
Now,
we have to have that adapted to the monitor.
That was a very nicely executed shot. I don't know if he's hooked himself or not. Yes, he has hooked himself. You know, if he kicks this ball, and there's a real good chance of him pocketing this ball if he kicks it. What do you think, buddy?
Well, yeah, he's got to try to make it.
Well, he can jump
try
here.
to jump this.
He can jump here, you know.
Yeah, that's the shot.
He's going to jump. There's no question, because Johnny Archer, one of the premier jump shot artists in the world, he'll definitely jump this shot, especially after he's broken down his break cue. Yeah, that's a strong indication that he's going to jump over the 9.
Real strong.
Right.
Really strong.
I often felt that the jump cue should not be allowed in the game, and if you were going to allow it into the game, once you bring it out, you should have to complete that rack with it. In other words, now, after making this shot with the jump cue, he has to finish the rack with the jump cue. You didn't like that, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't even hear what I said. Thanks. Okay, that was really a nice shot. There's a lot of excitement when a player jumps over a ball successfully, and it's hard to take that type of excitement out of any game.
It was great too when you do jump over like that, and the cue ball comes down on the edge of the rail and takes you back up table where he gives you a shot, stuff like that.
Yeah. So he does have his final points. Kim Davenport making the 9-ball. I don't know on what kind of a shot he did it, but he certainly got a response from the crowd. He ties up his match with Dick Lane, 9 games apiece. Johnny Archer at the table looking to extend his lead against George Michael by 3 games.
Let's replay
9
that
games
jump
to
shot.
6. And what do you want to do?
Let's replay the jump shot.
Okay, Buddy wants to replay the jump shot, Pat. So,
Hey,
there we go.
Look at the extension there. Look, he could have got over 2 9-balls. He could have gotten over 2 9-balls.
Did he make it?
Yeah.
Okay. We like to have fun up here in the booth, you know.
Right. 9 games to 6. It's Johnny's starting to pull away now.
What's that? Is that the break stats? It's not fair to keep the people in suspense that are out there watching this match at home on television. Look at this. He's finally making a ball on the break at the very end. No, he did make a ball on the break. That's the 1 ball was the 2nd ball he made. He didn't really want to make that
That makes
one.
him make 14 balls on the break, while George has made 5 balls on the break. Pretty good difference.
I would
Score
say.
reflects it 9 to 6.
I would say. You know, I don't know if playing a safety here will be too much out of line, sending the 2 ball in between the 6 and the 8. But of course, you know, he can bank the 2 cross side. But where would he gain position? At the other end. And see, now he's rolling. He's going too far. Do you see? Now he doesn't have position.
Right.
If the 8 ball wasn't there, then for sure I would have played the shot that he chose.
Well, he had to play the 4 down this corner.
Now he's got to either play the 3 in the side, and
That's what I think he'll do.
yeah, but now playing position on the 4 is very difficult. Very
He
difficult.
has to hit it with a left-hand cue ball. He has to come to
very
the side
difficult.
rail, go to the end rail, and lay over against the rail for the 4 down in the corner. I believe that's the shot
He may be going 2 cushions toward the 4 around the 7.
Right.
He's got to hit it though. 1, 2 cushions toward the 4 around the 7. You go like toward it, you know, and get some contact over there.
Right. Well, he went quite long on the shot anyway.
Well,
he missed a 7, a foot and a half.
I guess he likes his position. He figures that after he leaves the table, he may have left the window here.
Yeah.
He may have left the window.
Left the gap.
Davenport at the table.
He
Matter
may
of
be
fact-
able to shoot straight at this ball.
Yeah, he may have left the window. Dick Lane now at the table in his match with Kim Davenport, knotted up at 9 games apiece and with a shot. George Michael does have a shot.
He shot straight at it. Oh, he had a shot. In fact, he hit the ball too full.
Yeah, he really didn't hit it that badly. He struck it fairly well, but really not good enough to pocket the 4 ball, but didn't miss it by much.
He is slowly exiting the room, taking his break while Johnny shoots.
Okay, it looks like that we've just about run out of tape, and after this rack, we'll very quickly slide in another tape. I promise we won't miss any of the action. Very nicely done. Just like a half draw going to the side cushion. Nicely done again. Looks like that Johnny Archer will extend his lead by 4 games, 10 games to 6.
Okay, we're going to change tapes. Okay, Johnny's elected to continue shooting. That's his option if it's his turn at the table. Your break cannot stop the forward progress of another player, as the rules established by the MPBA.
Which is a good rule.
I don't know. You
Well,
can do it in basketball.
Which is definitely a point.
Or football.
Okay, I like the shot here. Johnny's going to cut the 2 into the corner pocket. He's in good enough stroke right now to attempt this type of a shot. Had this been 2 or 3 racks ago, perhaps he may have not attempted the shot. But since he has a 4-game lead and he seems to have found his rhythm, I look for him to hit this ball well.
There's Georgie back. Mad, probably, because Johnny continued shooting. I hate it when someone does that. Would you continue shooting when someone left the table?
Absolutely.
You would?
Yes, I definitely would.
Why?
Because if I find a rhythm, I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to be stalled. I want to play. Because at my age, when I find a rhythm, it doesn't last long.
Well, I never looked at it like that, Bill.
Okay.
Boy, nice shot.
It fit in between the
Nice
8
shot.
and the 9. Had it not
He's
found
not
it,
happy with that, though, for some reason.
well, if Johnny can see the outside of the 2, I don't blame him. I can understand why he's not happy with it. Johnny's going to position the cue ball maybe behind a 3 here, if he hits it hard enough.
He may have left a billiard.
He may have left him behind a 3.
He may have left him a billiard, too.
I don't think he can contact the 2 here. He's going to have to masse it. But if he's
Why
able
would
to,
he even do that?
if he masses this, then the billiard's on.
He's going to kick at it.
I would masse it.
I would, too.
I would masse this because if he's able to contact the 2, the billiard is on, and the chances of him making the 9 are very, very good. Now he missed the entire ball. And what do you think Johnny's going to do?
Well, I suspect he'll play the 9.
Yeah, that's why I like massing it. At least you're going to make Johnny earn the game if you're not successful with your attempt. Now, Johnny, the only thing he needs to do is line it up and throw his stick at it, and it's going to go in. Game number 17 goes to Johnny Archer, who now extends his lead in the match by 5 games, 11 games to 6.
Running off 6 games in a row.
Yes, this was a very, very sharply contested match at one time, 6 games apiece.
It was 6-5 Michaels at one time.
It may have been 6-5 Michaels. I think you're correct again. And now it's 11-6 Archer.
Well, I believe it was 6-5 Michaels. I'm not positive. I believe it was.
Well, you're right often enough to be wrong once.
Absolutely.
Okay. Corner ball, 1 on the side, 2 balls pocketed on the break, and a shot on the 2.
Billy, would you play 9-ball tournaments if they still had the old push-out rules?
I don't think so, buddy. I'm really reluctant to play 9-ball, you know, and I really love the game. I always have loved the game. I think it's a wonderful game. There's a lot of excitement to the game. But It's just not my game anymore.
You too tired to play it?
Just too tired to play 9 ball. Too tired to break the balls as hard as I possibly can, and then having that not be hard enough.
Oh, he missed the ball a block.
And he was sort of like lunged after that ball. You know, he knew that the timing on that shot there was something wrong with the timing. He really wasn't prepared to shoot the shot, and he shot it. Dick Lane taking a 2-game lead against Kim Davenport, 11 games to 9. Kim Davenport is one of the most stubborn guys in the world to beat here at the Sands Regency. He has the record of being in the finals. He's been in the finals 6 times in this tournament.
And Dick Lane is one of the most stubborn guys in the world to beat at any tournament.
Yes, he is. I mean, for his ability, for sure. That's correct.
Well, George broke the ice.
Okay, George does finally get back on the winning side, and after game number 7-18, the score is 11 for Archer and 7 for Michaels.
There's our buddy Richard Lane, displaying his expertise at the pool table. Boy, he's a tough competitor. Really tough competitor.
The 6 ball is the next ball.
4 ball.
That he'll be playing position for. What's that? Buddy, you really get a kick out of some of the stuff I say, and what I said.
Well, you're so quick.
But what I said, I meant to say all along. But you thought that I was covering up a mistake. You see?
Well, I know you're so super intelligent.
You laughed at me, buddy.
I know that you're so super intelligent that you can make something perfect that was
make a mistake look like not a mistake.
Make a mistake look like a planned affair.
Okay, George pocketed a ball or 2 on the break. I think it was the 1 and maybe another ball. No, he pocketed only 1 ball on the break, or 1 ball. Pocketing the 2, I think he's gotten down table far enough to be able to make the 3. But he has a little bit of a problem here, buddy. Looks like he's going to go into the 6.
He does have a problem here.
And he's going to have to go into the 6 with a high ball, take his chances. If he's able to hit the 6 ball on the side, he'll come up with a shot on the 4.
Yeah, he ended up with a shot. Does the 5 go by?
I don't know, but I think it does go by. But the position that he has on the 4, well, it's going to make it difficult for him to play position on the 5 and really get a good look at it. He's straight in on the 4.
He may play it up in the other corner?
Yeah, I think that's what he's decided to do. Made
That's
a real
not a bad
nice shot.
choice.
Very nice shot he made.
He's falling perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just right. Just right.
I myself would have liked a little more of an angle.
Just right. Nice shot. Richard Lane's on the hill.
Richard Lane's on the hill, and George Michaels has narrowed the gap to within 3 games, 8 games to 11.
Mr. Lane is on the hill playing California Kim.
Dick Lane is mowing them down. He is mowing them down.
That's exactly right. He's going against the Geneva Convention. He's shooting at white flags and is not taking any prisoners. I don't know about the white flags. I don't know what he's shooting at. But most of the time, whatever he shoots, that's the correct shot, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. Now, see the shot, buddy?
Yeah.
There's a wall of balls in the center of the table that almost guarantees a hook after contacting the one ball with a high ball.
The one's frozen, isn't it?
After contacting the one with the high ball, I guarantee you the one's going to come down this end of the table somewhere in the vicinity of the 9, and he's going to have him trapped behind the balls. And if I was George Michaels, I'd take this shot, and I would position the cue ball behind the 5, 2, and 7, and send the 1 down table. Look at this.
Wow.
Talking about identical TPA.
Wow.
TPA, both players are shooting
Man.
839. Both players have pocketed 78 balls. How about that?
Balls missed. Michaels has missed 1 ball more. Everything else is identical except the safety errors, which Archer has 1 safety error. And both are shooting identical ACCUSTATS score. I've never seen a stat like that.
Never. In the meantime, let's not let things go unnoticed. George Michaels just kicked in the 1, and now he has a shot on the 2 ball. If he's able to put this ball down and come up with a shot on the 3, he can narrow the gap to within 1 game of the lead here. Oh, excuse me, 2 games of the lead. He made an excellent shot. Notice the position of the 3. He was able to follow that particular shot just enough to get an ideal angle on the 3 to position the cue ball very nicely for the 4. And there really isn't that much room for him to play position for the 4. Had he gotten another spot on the table, position on the 4 would have been much, much more difficult. But now it looks like it's quite easy. So therefore, he's really done an excellent job kicking in the 1 and then pocketing the 2, coming up with a nice shot like this for the 3.
He has to stop right here and then maybe take a left-handed shot.
Right. Yeah, he just landed just about perfectly on the 3. And now he's going to stretch a little.
Oh, he can reach it like that. What a nice shot.
He's going to go a little bit too far, but not much. So he can, he should be able to go down table and back up. Shoot the shot with no English, I would think.
Yeah, you
Center
use
ball.
right-hand English with this. You could get behind a
Center
7.
ball. He went the other way. Well,
Yeah.
that's okay, but I just like to shoot it with no English, hitting the cushion and going straight back up. But if you control the speed of that shot, that's a good shot also. Would you just choke this ball and play safe for the 7 in the corner? I don't like drawing back for the side here, do you?
I'll tell you in a second. No, because of where the 8 is.
See, now, if he would have choked that ball, I think that he would have had a much better chance pocketing the 7 and gaining position on the 8. Now he has a problem gaining position on the 8, more so than he would have if he would have played position for the 7 in the corner pocket. Dick Lane at the table, very, very methodically and meticulously walking around, checking everything out. And it appears that they're all in the hole. 6 is in the hole, 7's in the hole, the 9's next to the 7.
Well, he's landed pretty nice on it, really.
Yeah, he's going to roll this in, applying about a half a tip of inside English. What do you think?
He's going up and down.
I don't like going up and down. He don't need to go up and down here at all, believe me. He doesn't need to do that.
The up and down.
No, he didn't need to do that. If he would have rolled it in using a half a tip of right-hand English, he would have went up to where that chalk mark is on the table, the powdered mark, and he would have had a fairly easy shot on the 9. I thought he should have taken a little more time and surveyed the situation a little bit better than what he did.
Yeah. Boy, that was a big game.
Well,
there.
it certainly was. It was certainly was a momentum stopper. The applause you just heard was for Dick Lane, who defeated Kim Davenport 13 games to 9. Kim Davenport having another good tournament here at the Sands Regency, but this time he's not going to be able to make the finals.
Who do you pick from here to be in the finals?
Oh, you have to pick Archer and Hurricane.
Well, pretty little girl.
Yeah, that was. Okay, now George pockets the 2-ball cleanly into the center of the pocket and playing, by the way, excellent position on the 3 to just stop the position on the 4. He ran all the way to the 8, and I thought that he played an ill-advised shot by trying to play position on the 9, the 2-rail fashion. I thought he should have just went ahead and killed the ball, applying a little bit of inside English on the shot, and I thought that he would have had a nice shot on the 9. By shooting the 8 as hard as he did, the pocket didn't accept the ball. Archer finds himself now on the hill, leading Michaels 12 games to 9, or it could have very easily have been 11 to 9. 12 games to 8, excuse me. He leads Michaels 12 to 8. It could have very easily been 11 to 9.
And George breaking.
And George breaking, right. And you got to hit it harder than that, George.
You know, you still cannot rule out Mike Siegel and Nick Varner from being in the finals. Those two guys, they're as fine a players as left in the tournament, both of them.
No, I'm not ruling out Mike Siegel or Nick Varner from being in the finals. I just think that Tony Allen is breaking the balls too good, and that this equipment is conducive to his style of play. I mean, the pockets are fairly large, and the big breakers have a substantial advantage on big pocket tables because they're going to get more opportunities, and believe me, they play more than good enough to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way I assess it, and I believe strongly in what I say.
Siegel had Tony 8 to 4, I
8
believe
to
it
4.
was.
That's right, and he lost 13 to 8 or 9.
13 to 9.
You know, so Tony won 9 out of the next 10 games.
Yeah.
And that's some sort of an onslaught, wouldn't you think?
I'd say.
And you can't do that if you don't have a big break. You just can't do it.
Now, what's he doing? What is he doing? Was he trying to play a billiard?
I don't know what he was trying to play.
Huh. What time do you have, Bill?
I have 4 minutes to 9, buddy. And my watch is fairly accurate. I guarantee it's not off more than 4 or 5 minutes.
Now, do the winners play again do they play at 11 o'clock?
I think the winners play back at 11 o'clock.
Is that when we're going to do our next...
You know, I really feel like doing an Archer-Ellen match. I think that an Archer-Ellen match would really be a hot seller because you don't have an Archer-Ellen match, and there's a lot of story behind an Archer-Ellen match. If you have an opportunity to do one, I think you should take advantage of it. Think about that. We have 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, he's right though. They may play each other right back, but I haven't seen that happen very often. Usually when two people play half the time.
But I really do think you should take advantage of the situation when you have an opportunity to, and don't get me wrong, you know, I don't mind waiting till 11 o'clock to do another match. But I would really prefer doing an Archer-Ellen match once you have the opportunity to do it, because Ellen seems to be the hottest player on the tour right now. At least he seems to be the one knocking on the door, and he's going to play his friend Johnny Archer. You know, it makes for a good match and a good story. So therefore, it figures to be a
Yeah, and if it doesn't come back around where they play each other, at least you won't have missed it.
Right. So there's a lot of merit to what Buddy says. Of course, I don't think you have a Varner-Siegel match anywhere, do you? Or is it a Varner-Lane match?
Oh, not yet.
What match is coming up? I don't know.
Well, it's probably Lane, and I would say it's Dick Lane and Nick Varner. I don't know, but that's the way I would think it would be. No, one of the losers of the winner's side comes over. It'll either be Varner and the loser of this match, or Varner and Siegel. Okay, and that mean we got a break at the 9 o'clock?
Yes. Absolutely. You don't think I would have requested the Archer-Ellen match if I wasn't going to get a break?
I'd like to do all three of them, Billy. I'm tough, man.
Okay, I'll see if I can get someone to sit in with you.
That's a nice score here, 12-9.
In the meantime, let's not let this go unnoticed. George Michaels is still alive in this match.
Yes, he is.
You know, the score is
And
9
good
for
hit.
Michaels and 12 for Archer, and we've seen a lot of players come back from this type of a deficit, 12-9. Matter of fact, in the last week, I remember a lot of leads that were larger than this surmounted. So let's not count George Michaels out of this match yet.
I don't believe he could miss the three, could he? Could he miss the three?
I don't know. But what's going to happen to the cue ball?
Just lay it right there, lag it.
What's going to happen to the one ball?
Bunt the one to the end rail, make the three.
I don't know.
He's drawing it. He's playing safe. He's going to make the three. Ooh, he drew it enough where he double kissed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I probably would have tried to have done something similar to what he did.
Yeah.
Because pocketing the three and coming up with a shot. I would have probably done something similar to what he tried, or actually what he did, because pocketing the three ball and then coming up with a shot on the one would have been just a little bit too much for me to ask of myself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. George is shooting at white flags now.
I don't know if the three ball can be pocketed. I think there's enough room between to get the cue ball in between the 5 and 8 to pocket the three, but you really have to be close up to it to do it.
That's a nice shot.
Well, very, very shortly we're going to find out if he can do it.
He's going to have to go right at it here. He's
going to have to go right at it and attain the straight-in angle on the three, hit the fullness of the ball.
either that or play for the bank. He looked at the bank up there. He may have a shot to go all the way to the end rail to play the bank. If he can do that, I would say that would be the shot that he would shoot if he can get where he's talking about right there.
Then he's going to have to spin two cushions in between the 7 and the 4, and then slide off the third cushion to the end cushion.
Yeah, he must have missed the 7. He hit it absolutely perfect.
He certainly did, and he's gotten the results that he needed to get. Now let's see if he can make the bank.
Well, I'd hate to think that I went to all that trouble without being able to make the 3.
Well, at least he's gotten himself to the water. Now we'll be able to see if he's able to drink.
Or swim.
Swim.
He made it.
Yes, he did.
This is going to be a good shot. He can cut the 4 in the side, though.
He's going to the upper right-hand corner with the 4. No question about that in my mind, and neither in his. And I think that George Michaels has seen his last opportunity at the table the last time he was at the table.
I would question it. That 4 ball is a lot closer to the side than it is the corner up there.
He's going to the corner.
Well, maybe. I'd say yes. There would definitely be a decision for me. I wouldn't just look up, just take it for granted to go to the corner. I would look at both shots.
Well, I think that he can see the corner pocket much better than he can see the side. And not only that, after pocketing the 4 in the corner pocket, notice the cue ball. It'll be in the desired area for him to play position for the 6th. He'll then swing it 2 to 3 cushions around.
Perfect.
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
He's going to want to come in as short as possible here. Very nicely executed once again.
Billy, I don't think we have time for an interview. This match is over. We'll go get something to eat. You hungry?
No, I went to the El Dorado and had the buffet. Had a little turkey and prime rib.
Yeah, but you won't eat with me because I like to sit in the smoking section anyway. Right?
Oh, I hate sitting in the smoking section.
I was just playing with you. I would sit in the non-smoking for you, Bill.
Might as well just cinch it. Yeah, take the long shot on the 9.
Well, this
is
looks
it.
like this will lock it up.
This is it. It's going to be Archer and Ellen in this in the finals of the winners bracket. Can't wait.
Be sure to order the Archer-Ellen match. It'll be coming up at 11 o'clock.
That's exactly right. And for those people out there who have never saw Archer play Ellen in the finals of the winners bracket, you're going to have an opportunity to watch it because we're going to be here, and I hope you're here with us. So on behalf of Buddy Hall, this is Bill Incardona saying thanks a lot for supporting Accu-Stats. The 800 number is not on the screen, but I do remember it's 1-800-828-0397. So we'll see you when Archer meets Ellen in the finals of the winner bracket.